Matt, put this up on the screen here because I haven't had a chance to watch it. All right, so I should just tell you that we got a couple of emails. I did. Saying that this guy, Caleb Cain, I interviewed him for Ring of Fire, and I think we're going to have him on this program. I'm going to do a pre-tape, I think, in the next couple of days. He is a guy, we should just say this. So about, 2 months ago? 2 months ago, this guy, Caleb Cain, reached out to us on Twitter or to Matt, or I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, it was when I was in Phoenix, actually. I retweeted he did like a 48-minute thing about how he fell into the alt-right on YouTube.
Right. And I saw part of this and I was like, you know what? I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, I need to feel very confident when we present stuff, regardless of what it is, but particularly stuff like this, that it's real. And I didn't want, some, alt-right guy who's like, we own the libs, on this. And so, and I'd forgotten about it, but then it turned out he was the subject of that New York Times article, which talked about how people basically get funneled into the alt-right. And literally funneled, right? You start watching stuff that is just sort of like, whatever you want to call it, alt-light, or like, it's intellectual, but it's in the dark web, that type of thing. And it funnels you down.
Ideas.
And so the Times wrote this, and so I interviewed him on Ring of Fire, and he said that one of the what happened was that Destiny, the guy from Twitch, would debate some of these people and got into the algorithm. And he said, and that's how then I found your show, The Majority Report. I was like, oh, that's great. And it's also, I mean, it had a big impact on me in terms of like what we do here. I mean, part of the reason we went at Dave Rubin for so hard for so long was that a couple of years ago, he announced that he had a book coming out. And I literally said at that point, when they start to review his book and they search for him online, I want to make sure that people understand who he really is. And so...
Oh, I thought it was because it was fun.
And, well, then it turned out to be super fun.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty fun.
But the idea was I wanted to get into, broadly speaking, his algorithm, if anybody looked for him, so that people would hear the other side of this. And but that Cain interview really sort of put that in perspective. And so someone emailed me and said that Cain was on Jimmy Dore's program, and he had mentioned me, I think, in that same context with Destiny. I'm not sure. And but that Jimmy had cut it out, literally cut it out in the clips, but not just cut around that, but like had dropped it out, which is exactly what I said. No effing way. So I tweeted about it because I wanted to just respond to everybody, but apparently it may actually have happened. Let's put it, go back and just see this. I haven't seen this. Now, if it's not, no, what happened?
Yeah, so we'll play the audio
that was
first.
Sam's tweet.
We'll play the audio before we play the video. How about that?
Okay. What is, well, just play the whole thing because I don't know even know what this is.
It's a compilation comparing the video to the audio.
Oh, it's both. Oh, yeah. You're kidding.
This is, the video to the audio. So we'll play the audio first and then go to the video.
Yeah.
I mean, I usually, if I'm going to watch the news, I either turn on your show, Sam's show, or the Young Turks. That's usually who I go to for news. Your show or the...
Oh, my God. He actually did do that.
Here's the full clip now.
I mean, I usually, if I'm going to watch the news, I either turn on your show or the Young Turks. That's usually who I go to for news. I mean, I usually, if I'm going to watch the news, I either turn on your show, Sam's show, or the Young Turks. That's usually who I go to for news. Your show or the Young Turks.
Oh, my God. And that's not even the one that they talked about.
Yeah.
Yes. Holy cow, this is...
So we don't have the unedited version of this one, but you can notice the same cut.
I stand corrected. I definitely did not think that I thought that people were just bullshitting and trying to start drama.
I am honestly shocked.
All right, here's one more.
My solution is for the bread tubers and all the left tubers, people like you, to go and debate with these people and to get into their algorithm so that people see the other side of bread tubers and all the left tubers, people like you, to go and debate with these people and to get into their algorithm.
You can see the flash. It's helpful that they
Is
kept
that
that
their
in.
jump cut that they put
Yeah,
in themselves?
That's what they put in
my
themselves.
God.
Jeez.
But somebody said that was in the context of, I think there could have been another one.
I think that might have been the one he mentions Destiny after BreadTube.
Somebody had said it was in the context of what took him out of it.
I'm sorry.
Okay, we gotta scrub
When
all
I
this
heard
shit.
this, I definitely, again, what the fuck, Jimmy? You don't make me look good around
Well,
here.
That's
I mean, even you were
really-
dubious about that happening.
I
I was
was-
like, that
Look,
has to be
listen,
bullshit.
I will be clear.
That people are just trying to cause more
my
nonsense.
estimation of Jimmy's integrity is pretty low. I will concede that. And in fact, I think it's to my credit that I was aware that I was predisposed to thinking that. And so therefore, maybe I erred on the other side by saying, no way. Sam, emotionally, you think you could believe that he would do this, but intellectually, you have to know that is such a sad, pathetic move that's impossible. And I was wrong.
I mean, when you think about
I was
it,
definitely
seriously,
no
This is
way.
not
I
healthy.
can't-
This is
I'm
not healthy for
surprised.
me. This is not healthy for me.
It's not. And I'm hoping that they did this as a joke.
I mean, I want to
intentionally
make
get this response.
I want to make the larger response. I mean, we're talking about de-radicalizing kids, and we've heard all over the place that our libertarian debates have pulled a lot of people from that spectrum, and to omit Sam like that is
He doesn't care about.
Well,
any
it's
of it.
maybe leaving some kids to the alt-right pipeline.
The other
They could
thing
be
is,
saved.
and now I've got to watch the whole interview, that I was told that he spent the whole time trying to convince Caleb that the New York Times article completely maligned him and was completely wrong. And every time Caleb said there were some problems apparently with the New York Times article, as there is with every, but that the gist of it seemed to be right. And Jimmy is so adamant about maintaining his YouTube, whatever it is, cred or money or I don't know what, that he uses this as an excuse to bash the New York Times rather than in any way to indict the fact that YouTube only is algorithmic, doesn't have moderated content, that need to be demonopolized. Wow, that is...
Well, it's weird because if you look
Like,
at
how do you watch? Let me ask you this: how do you?
this is a reference. This is just a random person tweeting out Jimmy Dore's previous video on the Caleb Cain New York Times story about where Jimmy just was pissed off about the New York Times and how this is going to be bad for his money, basically.
I just don't understand.
That's just what the woman's tweeting, though.
I watched the video. It's
What
a
did-
fair representation of what Jimmy was saying.
I just don't understand how there are people who watch him, who like, yes, I get it. I don't like Jimmy. Jimmy doesn't like me. Jimmy has an open invitation to come on the show again anytime he wants. He could call in now. He could text me. He could text anybody here. Just like he did that one time that we had him on. Because I gave him a heads up. We're going to be talking about this tomorrow. Do you want to address it? This is 2 years ago. No, go ahead. Rip me a new one. And then as soon as we started, he called in and I was like, sure, come on.
Debating cocaine.
The idea that somebody would bring up Jimmy Dore's name in a positive way, and my response would be not to push back, not
think
to try to erase it.
Well, I think to be fair, there's
Like
not a
even if
person
you're
in
a
this
jag-off
office-
comedian,
There's not a person.
even
in this
if you're a self-professed jag-off comedian, don't you need to put like another adjective in there at one point to describe a jag-off comedian whose ego is so frail that I am going to jump cut around someone mentioning Sam's name?
No one in this studio would do the extra work, though.
That's true.
Give us work.
That's true.
Give us
But
give
honestly-
us credit. It's where
honestly-
I want his
No, wait a
name
second.
eliminated.
Honestly,
No, work
honestly,
stoppage.
Honestly, if I said that, I mean, can you imagine just the reverse?
Actually, honestly,
we have
if
Caleb
you said that, we would be like, dude, you need to take,
okay?
like, I'm going to cover the next 3 days
Honestly,
for you. I
like,
think you need to take a
I
vacation.
feel like if
we would have the space here to say, you absolutely don't want to do that. That's demented and embarrassing.
So I can stop editing references to Ari Berman out of the show now?
I don't want to hear Ari Berman. Yay. God damn it.
Honestly, like, I feel like if I said that to you guys, your first reaction would be like, ha. You're joking, right?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Please, God, tell
No,
me you're joking.
I mean, honestly, that is, wow. That is so.
I feel proud of myself about that.
well, what it really
Well,
is
and if I'm one of Jimmy's fans, like, I got to wonder, like, what else does he cut out? Is that it? He just cuts out my name when it's mentioned positively? Is that it? Really?
Well, he cuts stuff out
I don't
of
know
his
which is
Mazda
worse.
video.
I don't know which is worse. This is a regular practice of his, or he just took out all the references to Sam. Wow. All right.
Lava Jato.
And the thing is that
maybe good time. Maybe look, just just maybe good time for a little follow-up segment on that in light of the Intercept reporting. Just saying.
well, we could do that too. All right, we're going to take a break, head into the fun half.